WFYM, episode 94. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
How we doing today?
The allergy, like the pollen here is so bad. I went on a walk today in between studying, and I had my phone out, and I was just looking at something, and my phone was just covered in green pollen. So my allergies are just fucked. It sucks.
Green pollen? I thought it was yellow.
Well, it's green to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just it's because
jealous?
I smoke it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's the problem.
I'm smoking on this pollen.
That'll bother your lungs, I think.
Well, it's not my lungs. I feel good. It's just my head. I'm all dizzy.
Oh, okay.
But that's the high you get from pollen, from smoking pollen.
You ever smoked a pine cone?
No.
Fir cones are kind of harsh, but actual pine cones, like if you find a eastern white pine cone, and you put that in a bowl,
watch a video
crush
of a
it up
guy
a
eating
little
a pine cone?
I feel like we've talked about it, yeah. Because I've eaten a pine cone before on a dare when I was in grade 6, and I got $2.
You can eat the pine nuts.
I got some nuts for you to eat.
Oh, what are they? What kind?
Dude, they're D's, dude.
What's that? What kind is that?
D's.
I've never heard of that kind.
Joe Mama.
Who's that?
See, you said smoke a white, what was it, eastern white pine cone? I've only seen brown pine cones. I have to be on the lookout for an eastern white one.
Well, down there you've got like... is it a ponderosa pine?
It's a restaurant.
A Scotch pine?
Oh, that's a drink.
The ones down there are different.
That's
it's sort of an
breakfast.
indica sativa thing.
Aaron
like
worked
northern
15
pine
hours
cones,
today.
those will get you like... it's sort of a head high,
shut the
but
fuck
the southern
up about
pine
the trees,
cones.
goddamn. Holy shit. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I worked basically the normal amount of hours today, 9. I was going to say earlier, it's just my second week back to like being on the construction site after school, and you have to get up early as fuck, and you walk around a lot, and I'm working on concrete slab right now, putting in core line, which is like plastic pipes for electrical shit where they pour concrete on it. There's guys just whipping around 6-meter long pieces of rebar, and you're like walking on the shit, like doing tightrope on rebar. It sucks dick. It's one of the worst things I've done.
My ass go home early with injury doing that, catching one.
Oh yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I'm imagining one of those dumb guys that you talk about from your class going back to work this week, but like day one, he's all excited because he's like, "Yeah, school's out, it's summer," and he's like wearing like a t-shirt, but he's really cold because it's not warm yet.
That's the other thing. It's been fucking cold as hell doing it. Windy. I'm like working on this like more of a high-rise building where I've been in warehouses before, so it's different. It's good experience, but kind of sucks ass. Working outside blows.
You live in one of the worst places to work outside.
Yeah. You know that shit that they say about like how you got to get however many like minutes of sunlight in the morning and the cold exposure. You seen those freaks?
No.
Is that the sun gazers?
No.
Those are the like the ones that wash their taints with sunlight in the morning. Those people are funny because I imagine like there's definitely those people do. Some of them do that. They go out and lay on their deck and put their taint up in the morning. It's so funny.
It's more like on the body hacking science guys side of like Instagram and fitness shit. They're like daily habits that are good for you, and it'll be like you drink water, but also one of the new ones is like get 10 minutes of exposure to daylight in the morning, and it'll give you a lot more energy. And then
I haven't seen that.
Another one. This is like some fucking Joe Rogan guy who's like a mountain climber that likes getting cold as hell. I forget his name, but there's some purported, and then I've also seen like a lot of data saying it's bad, or not bad, but it just doesn't do anything, of just like cold exposure and like dunking yourself into ice water and getting out and shit. Anyways, doing both of these things, I guess I'm not in water. It's just fucking cold. It sucks. Maybe it's cool if you're like in an office all day. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like that they take like something natural, like get some sunlight. Like go outside for a while if you're working in like an office or doing all this stuff, and they're like, you need to go outside at 8 a.m. to get your sun in 10 minutes of exposure. Like just fucking get a little bit of sun, get outside. It's fine. That's all.
It's vitamin D. It's the same thing as a lot of the health stuff, where it's a vitamin that you could get from a thing at CVS, or you could get it from any sort of vegetable, or you could get it from just eating healthy, eating salad, drinking an energy drink, even.
Whoa. Vegetable? I'm not allowed to have vegetables. I'm only allowed to have meat.
That's right.
That's not healthy for you, actually.
You can only get the vitamin D molecule and the vitamin C molecule from specific things because it's different.
I avoid eating fruits and
vegetables. Even though it's the same thing.
I don't want some plant growing in my stomach. That could kill you.
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
have you ever seen a video of like
seeds?
a guy who like swallowed, like speaking of swallowing a pine cone, oh my God. There was a guy who had a whole pine tree, a beautiful straight mast pine built for the Royal Navy, just shoot up through his head.
And if you swallow watermelon seeds, it grows in your tummy.
That's true.
A fact.
If you swallow it deep enough, though, you get a pretty big ass because it goes right to your...
I only eat the seedless watermelons.
That's if you get lucky.
Imagine some going to the ER because he swallowed a watermelon, just cartoonish like that. Oh, the doctor be like, no, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Bro, they should genetically engineer seedless chickens.
Oh, something Aaron reminded me of was
that'd be dope.
Talking about those like the life hack videos, and some of those that I see in like the YouTube shorts are like they look so AI generated because they probably are like just completely that are pulled from like an article or whatever, and they made into like short videos of music. But it made me remember a tweet I saw yesterday. The publication, the Jazz Times, fired their entire staff, and right after they published a Wayne Shorter obituary who just passed away.
R.I.P. One of the greats.
Yeah. And hold on, I'm gonna post this in our little chat. Look at
one of Miles Davis's top guys.
The second image here is the obituary. Look how fucking AI that looks.
Why does this guy have me blocked?
Really? That's weird. I can post the image.
No, I pulled it up in incognito. That's so weird. Like,
that's really weird.
Ted Gioia, The History of Jazz.
Gioia.
Why?
It's got to be a block list.
It's got
from years ago.
It's either like
definitely.
I don't know. I'm on a couple. I'm only on the Arthur Chu one. I think I think there's also
one.
That might be the same thing as the Gamergate one. I think there's a Gamergate one because I found my my high school English teacher was like a Gen X sort of like hubba booba woman who wrote erotica.
Cool.
And I remember, like, I found her. It came out like after I graduated.
Where were
she
these
was
teachers
like
when I was in school? Wait, that's homeschool.
Like, someone found it later, and I was like looking at it, and I pulled up her Twitter account, and I was blocked. Zero interaction, obviously, because I had never seen it before. But it must be like some sort of young adult novel block list for people who are going to be like, "How many spoons do you have today, bitch?" Some little 23-year-old trying to make people mad. So,
speaking of those Instagram guys, I stumbled on this guy on Twitter, and I'll share you the picture. Like, he's talking about how he handles stress, and it shows him working like on his laptop, and it's folded down towards him, and he's working on a big TV right past
you can't even see it. Like, the part of the laptop is blocking the TV screen.
He's also wearing boxer briefs, looks like.
I can't tell you. But he's like talking about being a millionaire. And the beginning of the video shows him driving off in his truck, like through his lawn, just tearing it up. But it really stunned me to see him in like his fucking work setup. And you're like, am I supposed to take advice from this guy? He can't get like double monitors. Yeah. He doesn't know how to get a keyboard. He doesn't know how to like mirror his laptop to a monitor and not have to type on that.
It looks like he's trying to see like receipts from that his dad bought to check his Christmas presents like stealthily.
It's like something you would do in a movie.
Folding the laptop up a little bit so he can read it, and he's just like, it's like 4 a.m. right now. He's about to sprint back to his room.
Switching screens is very distracting. Like if you're used to a laptop screen and then you blow it up to a 40-inch TV.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's
that's
even
up.
Just going even being on vacation and looking at your phone for 3 days and then you come back and see the two 27-inch monitors. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was about to say though too, you gotta have comparable sized monitors too, or that's gonna happen like back and forth.
But like, man, just imagine being like, I'm a millionaire and let me just work on my TV. Stand in front of my TV.
It's that
and work
weird
on
aesthetic of being like the
you
millionaire
this out?
Where they only have like a MacBook and a backpack and a Patagonia vest and they like travel around the world. And that sounds like it sucks.
Here's my thing.
Like the one thing like we've maintained that like one of the things that you have to have like a human right is a cool gaming PC.
True.
Like, if you have any amount of money, like if you're a neat guy, NEET or NEAT, Like, you got to have a gaming PC. Like Chaos Infinity, if you're going to be a 40-year-old guy who lives with his mom, you got to have a cool gaming PC. Well, and if you're a millionaire, you got to have a cool gaming PC.
When you get to the certain age where you start saying, well, my mom lives with me still. She hasn't moved out. And I agree, though. But here's the other thing about what I hate about those guys, and this is just me being primarily, I'm going to blame it on all of my sicknesses, but I'm a lazy bastard. But if I was that rich, I don't want to be fucking looking at 8 screens being like, I want to be sitting there like looking at my TV that's 400 feet away from me. I'm on my long couch and I have a really tall bong, just like that's what I would do if I had that much, if I had millions. Like I'm not fucking
I would have
sitting there.
I would have a 20 monitor setup like the guys who want to play WoW but they don't want to be friends with anybody. I would just have the coolest thing.
I'm doing that though in like cool places. Like that's if I was a millionaire, I'd be traveling then sitting somewhere for long periods of time, not being like, I gotta do business wherever I go. I need all my screens. No, man.
If
obviously it's like it's a whole fake thing. It's a whole fake aesthetic, but it's still so horrifying. Like the guy who like he's in Tahiti and he has to pull out his MacBook and like do taxes. That sounds like it sucks dick.
It just rocks to look at that, and this guy is like presumably he's like I don't know. I found him because some guy was like quote tweeting another like thing, someone posting about Andrew Tate saying that Andrew Tate's a cuck and you need to follow this guy. So I was like, oh, let me check out his page.
Cool.
That was like the second thing I saw. I was like, okay, well, I'm done now. But like, you know, you talk about making your money online. You talk about like being like a businessman and being savvy, and then that's your setup. No,
I saw a really good post like that from one of my like Indian success win groups called Billionaire Fucks. And it flipped the format on its head. Because it's like a slideshow on Instagram, and the first one is just like a pretty general meme. It's got like a classroom with a professor, and it says some are good at school, and then there's like a guy in a suit in front of some like gold and platinum records, and it says others are good at life. But then you click to the next slide, because that's just like something like a success win guy shares. And then the next slide, it shows that meme side by side, and it says what they say and what I see. And what they see is, oh my God, I got to check out this Instagram post. One more post and I'm done. Time wasted 16 minutes. What I see, post-production cost $7. Estimated sales per course, 2 times 5 times. One digital product, $800. Revenue, $800 times 2 or times 5. Profit between $1,593 and $3,993.
It's so good.
Like, you really subverted that.
Yeah.
And like the guy that it's talking about that's featured in this, Tanner Chidester, founder of $50 million company Elite CEOs. None of this. It's just like
I'm going fucking crazy making up names that rhyme with that guy's name right now.
None of it leads to anything. Like there's on no end of this is there an actual business where someone sells you, like everything is just selling some guy an ebook about how to sell some other guy an ebook about how to sell a third guy an ebook about how to be a business genius by like explaining what a PPP loan is.
Yeah, marketingmentor.in on Instagram is a good one. They have like 1 million followers, and like real friends I know follow them. So that's always funny. But like they'll just do like 9 pictures you need to see before you die. And then every single comment in there is just like, this person just helped me make $1 million. Sign up now. This person just... It's just
you have to be so dumb to fall for it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are.
That's why I take all my advice from Brainstorm.
That's a good answer. That's like, even better.
Why I regret using scratch-offs as a side hustle. That's my favorite. But I did learn a really cool trick in that video. You know, there's always rubbing alcohol around now, or just, you know, hand sanitizer all over the place now. You can put a little bit of that on a tissue and just rub it right on the scratcher, and it just strips that shit off right away. You don't even got to scratch it.
Wow.
Really?
It kind of takes out the joy of the scratcher, though.
That's what I said too. But it's also really satisfying looking.
If you're a guy who does a lot of scratchers, if you have a scratcher system, I would guess like you could probably save some serious time with a scratcher efficiency trick.
There's one more. There's an even more fucked thing that I saw people do when I worked at the gas station as a teen. So to scan the scratcher, there's just like a barcode that's under it, and they'll only scratch off the barcode. They don't even play the fucking game, and then they just check the ticket to see if they won. And so, well, at that point, just like do the big lotto. Who cares?
I've seen that where people are like buy it and scratch it and just scan it and then just drop it on the ground.
I hate that shit.
It's like, oh my god, it's the whole thing is supposed to be like a fun little experience where you scratch it off. Like
every time I see one of those, my classism meter starts filling up. And it resets at the beginning of every day. But if it gets to like, if I'm behind a guy in line at like and he's buying a bunch of scratch tickets and Newports and I'm just trying to get $5 in gas or whatever. And the meter just starts filling up. And if it gets to the top, I'm going to say something really rude.
So, there's an excerpt from Alex's memoirs, Woke Up Leftist.
But that's the gas station I went to all the time in Akron was a BP, and like we make jokes about it, but it really was just guys in like big basketball shorts holding on to one side because they have their wallet, their phone, and they're like 8 keys in one pocket. So it's just weighing down. And then they walk in and like, you know, they have like $13 and they're buying like 2 energy drinks, like a bag of chips, smokes, and be like, $2.50 in gas.
Dude,
on like
you know what gives me
pump too.
You know what gives me so much anxiety though that Tom just reminded me of? My friend that didn't like, I guess he didn't fuck with wallets, man. I don't know. So he carried around like 3 cards and some cash with him with his phone in his pocket loose.
Not even in a case.
That's so stressful.
Loose. Just change, cash, phone, and like 3 cards, like ID, debit card, and like whatever, like insurance or whatever, just in his pocket. No rubber band or anything, just floating.
That's so funny to bring your insurance card when you just have everything loose. Like,
I guess he's expecting to go to the ER a lot.
Well, he's not getting pickpocketed. We know that. That pickpocket would be like, damn it.
Yeah, you reach in, you get like his CVS card.
Hey, what's the last 4 digits of your phone number?
Your GameStop fucking platinum card for 5% off.
You can get the deals at the store.
Yeah.
I did some Galaxy Brain lottery shit this past week. The job site I'm at, they're like, hey, we're doing like a lottery pool and we'll just, you know, give money and buy like, you know, a ticket each week and then split the winnings if you win. And I said, no, thank you. And they're like, why? You don't like playing the lottery? And I said, no, because I'm going to win all by myself. And I mean, there's some truth to it. That is like,
what the fuck?
If I want to like buy a lottery ticket, it's because I want to fantasize for 4 days about what I'd do with $35 million. I don't want to think about like, oh, what would I do with my share of like $2 million each? I could probably make nah, fuck that. And then there's just as high of a likelihood of winning. And also the real reason is I don't want to like figure out like transferring fucking $5 to somebody once a week. And if I forget or do I have to bring in cash for it? It seems like a pain in the ass.
Plus, after taxes, you basically get nothing.
Well, they don't do that in Canada, actually. You get it. You just get it.
Well, it's only $2 million, not even worth it.
Well, if you bring it to the U.S. or something, I don't know. It's just not worth it, I heard.
I just found one of the biggest losers ever that reminded me of, and I couldn't remember if it was from a movie or a show, and I'm sure this story's been actually used in both at this point. This is from March 30th, 2011. Worker skips office mega pool, loses share of $319 million. It was when that guy took the week off from his weekly lottery pool at work, and his fucking coworkers won. I would kill myself.
Yeah. But like, I feel
they all
like
quit,
at that time,
so like, you can get promoted probably.
If you were there, like, you got one week off.
I'm sure if I read on, it does say something like that.
Yeah.
But I just remember that. Hold on. This is one of the funniest quotes. They asked him twice. They said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah." He was going to pass this time. I feel horrible for him, Jill said. She's like the director of it.
I mean, there's something you could do to fix it.
Yeah, I know. Just be like, all right, man.
Well, he said no.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. Like what you see is he lost like $30 million. What I see is you can make a YouTube video about it that gets a bunch of clicks, and you can make your own money.
A few news stories did, because that's why that story sticks out to me, because I felt so bad for that bastard back then, because so many reporters were like, does it suck? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta keep working.
I would do a GoFundMe for the lottery winnings I missed out on.
The $319 million goal. I'm making more than them, dude. Fuck this. They fucked me over. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how much it was split, and then just asking for that.
Making
like,
one GoFundMe. I have spent so much money on lottery tickets over the course of my life, and I never won any of them. And my friends and family just thought it would be cool if I made $1 million from GoFundMe.
How much fucking dick would that suck though? You go back to work Monday and none of them are there, and you have to do all this extra shit. But also, like,
no, you get to be the boss.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're the boss now. You walk in, like, all right. I'm
also, the woman who was running
the
company lottery thing, she won. So you can be the new CEO of the lottery, and you can make yourself win every time.
Sitting there spinning in your old boss's chair with your gun in your mouth. I'm the boss now. I'm in charge.
Well, see, no, you hire a new team, and you're like, all right, everybody, we're doing the lottery. $5 a week, and then you just keep the money and never buy a lottery. But we lost, damn.
Damn, oh God, it's not true. Dude, that's how you flip the switch. And you're like, and with my first $5, I bought this red paper clip, and you know what happens next.
That must be a lot of company lottery things where someone just takes the money and doesn't buy the lottery tickets. Because why would you?
Good idea, though, if you work with a bunch of shitheads.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're going to say, like, what do you mean it lost?
Yeah.
It lost twice in a row? It's the lottery.
I mean, oh, fuck, man. That could have been me at the car wash working with a bunch of guys dumber than me. I was just a teenager.
If you don't see the physical ticket, like, they're just stealing that money.
No, I like those guys too much to steal from them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't want to do it because you're gonna get like $100 out of it before someone comes asking. Then you're gonna have to start buying tickets every once in a while.
My friend, you may be listening, so shout out Harrison if you are. He was a big motherfucker from like 14 years old. Just looked 20 years old at 14. One of those guys. Just woke up one day and was a man. So I really didn't really fuck with him. Plus, he was really psycho too. Again, shout out Harrison.
Love you, Harrison.
He loved fighting, not really starting fights, but finishing them, and he was good at it. And he would do this thing where he'd get fucked up at parties and then ask anybody if they want Taco Bell, and then collect a bunch of money, then just go home and go to bed. Collect like $55 and go home and go to bed.
Fucking bastard.
That's so awesome because they're gonna forget.
Like, hey man, well even if they don't forget, he took the money. They're like, okay. He must have forgot.
I used to do that.
Like, they wake up the next day, they're throwing up, and it's, well, I probably ate Taco Bell.
It's really
I don't
funny.
really remember. It feels like it.
Great guy.
I used to do that occasionally when people would ask me to buy them beer and they were underage.
Yoink
like they would give me like, well, I would give them like a 12-pack of something. Be like, there you go.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If I didn't like them, I'd just be like, all right, I'm spending half of this money on beer,
finder's fee,
and the rest is for me. Yeah, and I did that to my cousin one time, and like I pulled
now
up.
You have a podcast with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. My cousin, and me.
Hello.
I pulled up and I dropped off like this case of beer, and his friend goes, "Was that it? That's all you got?" And I was like, "There's a tax, man. I dropped it off to you. Like, I don't know what you're expecting."
Yeah, if you order alcohol on DoorDash, there's a fee.
Yeah, I
and
was also
you
like,
have to sign someone's phone.
I was going to someone's house like 2 blocks away. It's the only reason I dropped it off. Anyways, I was like, "Oh man, I came out all this way, dude."
Yeah, like, well,
Come
you can't
on.
complain. It's like when a drug dealer robs you. What are you gonna call the cops and say, "I was trying to get some guy to buy beer for me illegally"?
It's so funny to imagine when like some teens giving you like, "Hey, here's 20. Since you're going anyway, here's $20. Can you get us some beer and you can just keep the rest?" And you come out with just one of those like $14 bottles of beer, like those blue ones with like the little foil top. Here you go, guys. Have fun.
Yeah, a bottle of Chimay.
Yeah.
All right,
I couldn't think of the name, the Chimay.
Dude, it's 9%. You're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, don't drink it all too fast.
It would be funny
It's
to
like
only
5 of
buy
them.
wine. Like they give you $40 and you go in and just buy like 6 bottles of barefoot wine, like White Zinfandel. Here you go, guys. Like, what the fuck is this?
Go with $40 of mug root beer. Hey, boys.
Just giving like a bunch of like 18-year-olds like just like 4 6-packs of IPAs.
Oh my
God. Like, all right, go crazy with this, man. You're gonna love this. This is great beer.
Bowel Destruction Hazy IPA. This is my first
One
beer.
tall boy.
That's how you turn kids off of beer. That's how you get them to not drink beers. You give them the nastiest, grossest IPA.
They give me $20. I come into the gas station with one tall boy Heineken. Here you go.
Oh man, it's expensive.
It's open too, and there's like 40% drink.
No, it's like a bag of chips. Funny. It comes like that.
Dude, I had to taste test it.
Yeah, I let all the air out, guys. Sorry.
That's why it's so low.
Fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, beer's mostly air. You're gonna notice that more and more.
That's why you burp so much.
Yeah, you burp less if the air's let out beforehand.
They're like, oh, this guy knows a lot of shit.
Getting asked, I'm thinking about all the different stuff that would be fun to buy in a liquor store if an underage kid gave you like $35 to spend there. Like buying the big party tub of the Fireball nips. Which don't even have whiskey in them. I think it's like there was a story about it, about how it was like vodka or something, or gin, or like something that doesn't, or I think it was like a wine byproduct, like sherry or brandy. Like it doesn't qualify as whiskey, but it has like whiskey flavoring in it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it would be fun to buy the whole tub of those and give that to the kids. And it's like, well, this is it, man.
Yeah, going in with $35 and buying like 2 bottles of Burnett's and then also like 8 bags of chips and just handing the bottles like, all right, that's all they got. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. They have food
expensive.
in there.
Or if the kid's a big shithead, you can get him like just a normal box, like a case of beer. But then if it's the time of year is right, fill it with June bugs. So he shows up to the party, and then when they open it, they're like, oh, it's full of June bugs. Where's this beer from?
I miss June bugs.
He'd never live that down.
Whatever happened to June
They'll be back
bugs?
soon. They'll be back in May, actually.
That's right. They should call them May. Well, I guess there's mayflies.
That's such a good gamer thing to be like, folks, what happened to mosquitoes? I haven't been bit by one in years.
It's been about 2 or 3 months since I saw a mosquito.
Such a Redditor. I'm fucking sick of this shit. Fucking mosquitoes aren't
That's
even
so
around.
many
Anybody
people.
remember mosquitoes?
That's so many
That's the
people. That's
90s.
like the 80s guy, the basement 80s guy who said, whatever happened to Pizza
God.
Fridays? When I was growing up, my mom used to order pizza on Fridays. And now that I'm 40 and I'm the head of household, we don't have Pizza Fridays. It's like, what are you talking about?
Funny.
Do you know what's a good one for him? Whatever happened to white dog turds? When I was a kid, there'd be lots of white dog turds everywhere. Now I
Fuck
can't
yeah.
find any.
Because they were moldy.
I'm looking for them. I
clean
can't find it.
People didn't clean it up. You just remember like your parents not cleaning your own dog's shit up.
There was like I think it was like a Reddit post that was going around a while back that was like, no, it's a change in something in the dog food. That's why you don't see him anymore. Because this guy was like, I left a dog turd in my yard and it's still brown.
I'm waiting to see him doing a science experiment.
Oh my God. That guy needs
Babe,
something
leave the
better to do.
turd.
He's just taking pictures
Leave
of
the turd,
dog
babe.
No,
shit.
even better, Tom. Our yard smells like shit. Get off that game and get out there and clean up. Babe, I'm trying to see if it turns white. It's serious. It's science.
I'm taking a picture of
It's
dog
science,
shit
bro.
in my yard I'm supposed to clean up, and I'm posting it to r/damn that's interesting.
r/poop.
r/poop.
Fuck.
Jail poop.
Mildly interesting. Fuck, man.
I mean, he's got a point though. You don't see white dog.
If anyone
turds
listening,
anymore.
let us
You
know
don't
if
see
see
yellow
white dog
snow
turds.
anymore.
growing up in my house, you know, there was some white turds every once in a while if I missed them.
Yeah,
but nowadays in my house, now where I don't have a dog, I don't see any dog turds.
Just
What's the deal with
one
that?
white turd in the mirror.
Hey.
Shit.
All right. Thank you everybody for listening to the podcast. We're gonna go.
28
Got
minute
something to do.
episode. Later, Tom. Yeah, Tom and I gotta go. We just leave Alexander here. Oh god, it's so good. So fun to imagine. Big news for me today, guys. I'm playing.
What's that?
I'm playing WoW again. But before
Wow.
you say,
Oh shit!
no, I'm playing the more casual way of the hardcore mode, where it's death equals delete. So it's just really good stream content. Like right before I was about to get off stream today, I got down to 1 HP, getting chased by this thing, and everybody was fucking praying I died, but I didn't.
Uh-oh.
And it's fun. It's just
Praying on your downfall, huh?
Sorry, you said before you say uh-oh, so I waited until you finished.
yeah, it's fine.
I got good news today too. I'm rocking with the elf. I'm rocking with the elf. I'm smoking weed with the elf in the tree.
Oh, nice. We've been
my
wondering.
elf.
In case you missed it, Daily Loud posted last week. There was an elf spotted in a tree.
AMLO,
And-
friend of the show.
And they replied to their own tweet and said, "Are you rocking with the elf?" with the eyes looking emoji. So we've been asking one another all week long and asking others, "Are you rocking with the elf?"
And I'm firmly in the camp of yes.
absolutely
I am
am.
rocking with the elf.
Yep.
Me and the elf are the same size.
It makes me
There was-
believe in cryptids.
There was a
'cause-
Brazilian guy in the replies saying that it was a picture taken like 4 years ago somewhere else, and I DM'd him and said in Brazilian Portuguese, "Stop spreading lies." I'm rocking with the elf.
They just need to respect the elf. I respect the elf.
Let him live in his
Yeah.
tree.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking pictures of him at night. Like, imagine if someone just turned on the light in your bedroom and started taking pictures of you. Like, you would look weird too. You would be mad. You would hiss. You'd go,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
I had my
people-
legs
Oh,
sticking
I'd
out.
spray
they
my
wake
ink.
up this elf in the middle of the night and they're like, oh, he looks weird and scary. Of course he
If I
does.
was an elf, I would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
People would be like, "What? How did this mess get here?" And
I was
would
thinking
know.
about that.
If I was an elf,
a-
my ears would be slightly bigger and the rest would be pretty much the same.
If I was a ghost, I'd be a big problem. I'd be causing problems for everybody anywhere.
God damn. I'd be trying to put you inside of a lamp like a genie.
Where's my 3 wishes, ghost?
Tom, get in there. Just get in, dude.
Speaking of classism, I think a lot of ghosts are classist. Because it's only people that have a 250 credit score where they go to their house and like move around furniture. It's weird how they only go after those people and like fuck with shit in their house.
There are like
they
the
haunt
super
big
rich
old houses too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say the big old houses or just some like little.
I think Alex is right though.
Well, it's big old houses that they rent out as vacation places.
No, here's what I think. They're all ghosts are classist, but some are so snobby they won't even go to the poor people's houses to like fuck with shit. They're like, I'll stay here. Those neighborhoods scare me. That's how racist they are. They're ghosts, and they're like, nope.
Yeah, probably most ghosts are racist.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Also, like, would you necessarily want to go to someone's house and they're just smoking cigarettes in their garage?
Well, apparently they do.
I know. Well, some ghosts might. I can't say that I would.
Personally, I would only go into like those people's streams when their rooms are completely filled with smoke, and then show myself also as smoke to be like, there, you're seeing it, and you don't even know.
Yeah. Just showing like my face through the smoke, and everyone's like, "Damn, there's a ghost." It's like, no, motherfucker,
my
you're
face
smoking
would appear in the
18
smoke.
cigarettes.
I'd be all like ethereal and wagging my tongue, and they'd be like, "I see the demon," and they'd be like, "No, that was smoke, stupid. You believe anything?" But I would know.
Assuming the form of Joe Camel in the mist.
Yep. Same way if I was an alien life form in charge of a UFO that can do just things that human spaceships can't yet. I would like just dodging around the sky really fast for no fucking reason except to make people go, what the fuck was that? That's exactly what I would do also. When they're like, then they fly away. That's exactly what I would do. And I'd fly away being like, they're so trolled.
Got him.
UFOs are obsessed with U.S. military bases.
I would be all knowing because I'd be obviously a much superior being. And I'd be flying away being like, those I just showed some of the dumbest people I could find myself, and they're gonna go tell someone, and no one's gonna believe them, and it's gonna ruin their life.
Alex, you know why they're obsessed with U.S. military bases?
Why?
It's because it's the military. It's where our best and our brightest are.
Yeah, they're checking out all their stuff. That's why they only show up in places where they're testing new planes for the military to kill people easier.
Stuff. To kill a bunch of people overseas.
It's another classist thing, though. It's predatory, too. It's for all they know that all the wives are alone. The husbands are away in deployment. So they scare them. Ooh.
Yo, what's up? Anybody wanting some alien? No? Okay, well, guess what? Oh, boo!
It would be cool to be a bucket bunny for aliens. Where you see the UFO up in the air and you're like, can I come bring you cookies? And maybe I could fuck you as well.
Those are the ghosts that are similar to, like, friends from high school you haven't talked to since slightly after high school that DM like your wife or girlfriend being like, hey, what's up? You're like, yeah, I know you're married. I'm just saying hi. What's going on? Yeah, it's 4:50 a.m. my time.
I'm awake. I woke up early.
I just got to the gym, actually.
Yeah, go to the gym this early every morning.
You remember that time in 11th grade and then it just trails off and you're like, what? And then you just don't get a response for like 48 hours. Sorry, I was in the hospital.
Saving a life.
So good.
Just got a job as a doctor.
That's so Chris Lovell. He just doesn't read a tweet after it says red for like 22 minutes. Like, sorry, I was sewing someone up after surgery.
Damn, sorry. Just had a patient lost 8,000 blood.
27,000 blood loss.
27,000 blood loss. So sad.
That sounds like such a video game stat that would make sense if you played the game.
Yeah, like it shows up at the end of Fortnite.
41% accuracy.
27,000 blood loss. He's leaking. That's crazy.
All of his, I was looking at his account earlier, and all of his likes are just gambling stuff. So I think that's a good new turn for him.
Very good. I mean,
he's just showing up with like Monopoly money. Just be like, all right, how much is this?
He doesn't have great long-term thinking.
No,
like his scams for those women always didn't make sense. Like they're going to catch on pretty quickly that you don't actually have money. They're going to tell people about it. You don't really get anything out of it other than that a woman's talking to you for 4 hours.
My favorite was him
pretty good
clipping screen caps from the ESPN blog talking about him as the new prospect at Baylor. Talking about some other guy that's like 6'3".
someone with the last name Loville, and like just being like, he's going to like
who's a surgeon
at schools at Baylor and Texas. He's like, yeah, I'm looking about Baylor maybe, but I'm also going to be a surgeon.
He's going to quit med school to go to undergrad again.
And then some old-time reporter being like, this young man, he's 5'7", built like an auntie. He's putting med school on hold. He's going pro. He said he's only going to do Baylor for 1 year just so he could say he's an alumni there. And then he's going to buy it. And then he's going to go to the NBA. So funny, man.
He does own 2.5 gas stations.
There is one thing you cannot fake,
car washes.
Though. When you are just a certain height, you cannot fake being tall.
No.
You cannot. You cannot look longer. if you're like, it's impossible. If you're super skinny and you're like 6'1", you can make yourself look way taller.
What if you put your arms up? Like how you would scare a bear?
That would trick me, actually.
You have to look bigger.
Yeah, you have to look bigger.
Walk up to a woman.
I'm 7'3".
I'm 6'3".
I'm 6'8".
You measure from the bottom of the foot to the end of the finger.
She talks back to you, immediately drop into a fetal position. I forgot.
You just do the Pan's Labyrinth thing where you put eyeballs on your hands.
Yeah.
I'm up here.
All Real Monsters, too.
Yeah, Our Real Monsters invented that, and then they stole it.
Yeah, from Nick Mullen.
That's a good point.
They invented it, then they stole it.
Kids hate Our Real Monsters. They think it's gross.
They think it's real.
I thought it was gross as a kid.
It is pretty gross. They live...
I was like, why do I want to look at these nasty fucking things?
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yep. I
thought they looked nasty and evil.
Nothing's nastier to me than like even Teletubbies was grosser to me because that nasty putty pasty shit that came out of the tubby
custard.
pudding the custard that came out of the vacuum or whatever. That it reminds me of the fucking what's in Michael's bag shit where he's just getting sauce all over his pet clothy.
I haven't thought about
Thanks for reminding me about him.
That sucks.
Oh boy, I hope he has an accident
I do too.
soon.
I can't say what I hope.
I hope he's on the tube and there's some sort of accident.
I hope he moves in.
He hasn't uploaded in like a year.
Yeah, I think.
And his last all of his last videos are like for his dog.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's great that he stopped because he doesn't need to be doing what he was doing.
Hopefully he saw one of our videos and saw me gagging.
Actually, the last video of his that was like a clout chasing what's in Michael bag video is titled "Fun Interview with Pakistani Guy."
Oh god,
cool.
We've watched that. I think
I might start doing
probably.
I should start doing that for our YouTube channel. Just doing interviews. Yeah, anybody of another race want to talk to me for 10 minutes? I got some things to ask you.
You guys like Booba?
Yeah. You know what Poggers is?
Not like the sexy kind. The show. The Booba show, remember? They were like fat Teletubbies.
Yeah. I do Booba.
Booba.
I don't.
You don't know Booba?
Dude, I'm not a baby, man. I've been into grown folk shit since I was little.
They look like bipedal caterpillars, sort of, where their neck kind of popped out of the thing, and they're like, Booba. You know what I mean?
I came out of my mom and I put on PBS and I said, let's watch this old house. What about this?
No, you thought it was going to be Arthur. That's why you put on PBS.
No.
You didn't know it was going to be adult stuff.
Okay,
you made a mistake.
Right now,
it's like when you put on Nickelodeon, but it's too late and you have to watch I Love Lucy. And it's like, fuck this. Fuck this.
I have some bad news.
Everyone thinks you're listening.
Alex is being a Karen right now.
No, I'm not. I'm a baby and a Karen.
I truly was a nerd, though. You know what one of my most nerdy memories recently was being a skater and skating with all the bad kids in our neighborhood. But then on like just running home, be like, guys, I gotta get home. I gotta do something, and going home because I want to watch Nova on PBS.
That's awesome. I wish I got to hang out with the skater kids. I did have a skateboard, but I was so far away from anybody else when I was that age. Like I didn't really live in a neighborhood with a sidewalk. It was like out in the boonies kind of. So like I would just go up and down the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. we had just like a pretty well populated area. So even though we were suburbs, we just had this concentrated area by the Methodist church where we'd all go, and the pastors there wouldn't yell at us about skating. So awesome. And that same pastor that let Chiodos play at his church, and he's like, I don't care if you mosh, but just take your shoes off so you don't kill each other. And we're like, deal. Fucking awesome. I'm sick of getting kicked in the head anyway.
Were they a Christian band?
No, but they like a sort of under-oathy type fans. Makes sense. They weren't like outwardly Christian, but a lot of lyrics could be perceived like God-loving shit. And then like the other stuff came out and not really. Craig Owens is still spotted all the time around Detroit and driving his Challenger or Camaro, I can't remember, but his license plate says Chiodos.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool. But what was I getting into before that though? Oh, the Nova thing. My setup was I had two of these TVs that I pulled out of the trash. One was from 1978 at the time, and this was like 2003.
Wow.
And the other one was from like 1980 something. And both had to be only turned with pliers. There's the only way to do the knob.
Oh, the knob came off. Yeah.
So I had one of them that was just always on PBS basically, and I only used it to watch Nova, I think, and then maybe one other thing. And then I watched some local stuff on this another public access channel on that TV. But then my other TV was just basically for PlayStation. So they were side by side, and I would sit in a chair in front of my dresser that they were both on, and pull a drawer out and put my feet on that drawer. That was my setup.
I like those old TVs with the knobs where they had VHF and UHF.
Yeah.
Like the ones in the middle, like the CRTs from the 90s and 2000s, like, yeah, those can, fuck all those. But the ones with like the wood paneling and stuff, like those have a certain appeal. Like it would be cool to have one of those in the corner.
That's what we had in our basement, and that's what I played 64 on. Like, I could have vivid memories just like sitting in my basement playing Nintendo 64 on a TV just like that.
You had to have that little adapter, and you had to, or run it through a VCR.
That old ass one that I still had later on.
Running it through a VCR, Jesus.
Yeah, that was the same TV. The one from '78 I had was the one that I pulled. We lived in Oxford, Michigan, and I pulled that out of somebody's trash right before the '98 NHL playoffs, and during the last game of the sweep on the Capitals against Olaf Kozig in goal, I had to stand in my room with my bedroom light off so I could see the TV better. And it's during a thunderstorm too. And I had to hold the antenna up so I could have like a clear picture. And I watched the entire game with just my left arm up. So funny.
I've tried to set up antenna before, like just for the hell of it, because you can get a free antenna on new TVs if you have a digital converter box or you have a TV with it built in. But it's also like not really worth it. Like if I did want to watch CBS, like Mikey Miles, I do have like a thing I have to pay for from Comcast where I could pull it up in the browser window. Or if I really wanted to, I could hook up the cable box. But like, that's all I would get out of it is you would be able to watch like, ABC and NBC.
I switched over.
Yeah, I bought
it at Target at that time.
Yeah, there were people who were like, "Where's my?" It's like you were still watching that shit in like 2012. You were watching Antenna TV. Like what universe do you live on?
People were fucking mad. They were coming into Target and acting like that the fucking feds just showed up at their house with a gun, being like, get to a store right now and buy one of these, or we will kill you.
Like my grandma, like when my grandma was fully demented, one time she called 911 because her cable wasn't working.
What a crazy bitch! Just kidding.
My grandma used to do that all the time.
She
Not
had
911,
cable.
But us.
Even she had cable. She was born in 1929.
So
it's like, who has antenna?
Great
that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, back
then.
Not
only did she have antenna, she was also pranking the 911 hotline.
Yeah, she did do a lot of pranks.
That's a cool lady.
Well, I know where
that's
Alex got
it. She was clogging the police hotline. But like back then, like everybody did have cable, but now like you don't see. I don't have cable, and I haven't had cable forever because it's just annoying.
No, dude.
And then all of my streaming, it's either like someone already has it, so I just have a login, and I think we only have like one that we actually pay for. And I got so sick. Yeah, I got so sick of like having to stream games on like Fox or CBS or like ABC, like sports games, and so I caved finally and bought an antenna, and like it kind of sucks. And like
it's worth it for that shit though.
It's worth it, but it's so annoying because if it does storm, like it's not coming in well at all. And like sometimes you'll have to like get up and move it, and I have to put it. I moved the cat tree like kind of next to the TV, and you run it along, and I put it at the top of the cat tree, so Stella will like come up there and like sniff at it and kind of bat at it. Sometimes you're like, no, get down, I'm trying to watch football.
You can put it on the roof if you like really want to.
But I mean,
that's
like
what my
then
dad
I would
did.
have to. Then I would have to run a line. My first house.
I mean, it's
like,
a lot of
grew
work.
Up and had
like
it's way too much work.
I wouldn't do it.
I would never. No, but it's just like because it's a little black, like just a little antenna, so you can just have it inside, and like it's that I would never do that for an antenna. I would never put an antenna on my roof.
Yeah, you have to have to be a dad and have a lot of free time and be like, fuck, I need to go screw something in somewhere.
I already have to run an Ethernet cable because we got Google Fiber and they won't install it upstairs, and so it runs through my crawl space and it's in the living room, and so now I have to run like a 50-foot cable from my office downstairs, and like I'll occasionally, like if we have company over and stuff, I just like unplug it from upstairs and I just roll it up and hide it away. But most of the time it's just there's just like a blue cable going down the stairs and across the floor because it's just annoying, and I know I have to get in and install it through the walls. I'll probably put it through the attic and then just drop it into my office, but I just don't feel like
that's such
doing
like
all that right
you have
now.
to staple it all around. Like I have a cord going from the back of my apartment because the cable thing is over there, so it goes like under the carpet thing, under like the median thing between the carpet and the floor, and then it goes under like the heater, which I don't turn on because I don't really need it, and there's a wire right under it.
Yeah, Tom, hopefully soon, and it's for everybody. Like I have a Roku TV. Hopefully, the Kick.com will have a Roku app soon, and we'll be able to watch whatever we want for free.
Does it have
Just
a phone app
watch the UFC fight perfectly 4K the other night. Thank you, Kick.com. Dude, they had staff going around saying, "Hi, because of DMCA and blah, blah, blah copyright laws, we'd appreciate it if you turn this off." Like they had actual staff going around saying it, not just
that's so fucking
trolls.
funny.
And then like if they didn't do it, the stream went down like a minute later.
What's the reason to be on Kick if you can't do that?
Well, one guy just changed his category to games and demos, and the guy didn't find him. Fucking moron. So.
Yeah, I mean they're not sending their best and brightest at Kick, but imagine imagine going in, being that Kick employee and having to go into like some like Aiden Ross's chat where they're just like spamming like 2 genders, and then like different slurs.
Hell demons.
Like, oh, excuse me, could you stop playing the Super Bowl, please?
The way Trainwrecks talked to that guy, like maybe I can find it, where the guy got caught jacking off on Kick. Or no, it wasn't even jacking off. It was
getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, he got his dick sucked.
Oh, I hate Heel Mike.
It's not in my history, but
I hate Heel Mike.
Yeah, it was Heel Mike. Yeah, he got his dick sucked on stream, and he had like a chat full of 13-year-olds. Yeah, he got a 24-hour ban, and Trainwrecks was like, "Man, I'm so glad that you understand that what you did wrong, and together we're gonna like move on and build from this." And it's like
he was on doing like
that's
the same
what the moderation is. So like they're not gonna do anything. They're gonna tell Aiden Ross like, "Hey, like you can't have Nick Fuentes on and also have him suck your cock."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bro, and then he just does it again.
Heel Mike was the guy that was trying to have the most epicest TwitchCon post-party stream ever on Twitch, and he's like, nobody came, like nobody of note came, and all these fucking like just his own viewers came, and it's a bunch of teenagers trying to sneak in, and his friends started punching kids, and he got banned I think for that too for like a week. But he's the guy that used to play. He was like a Fortnite pro I think at some point. He's pretty decent, but he used to play Phil games. And just straight up ask, he's like, "So you getting pussy? What are you doing, man? You getting pussy or what?" Like
I think I vaguely remember
one of the most fucking unpleasant people that you could ever come across. If you clicked on a stream, you would think you were like watching a parody of like what the worst person could be like streaming. Like he also
it would rock
like
if he got into one with Witnesser.
Witnesser is way too low profile now.
Dr. Fatnesser
he gets
do
nothing.
Yeah.
Like he got banned from Twitch. His Twitter's like maybe he gets 2 likes on a tweet.
Bro, he could have rode that wave of all the hate and everything, but he immediately went, "Oh my fucking god, I'm deleting everything." Like it's so awesome.
Yeah, he's too much of a soy guy. Like he could have been hired by the Daily Wire.
Well, he tried to do like 3 comebacks where he'd come back and be like, "Hey everyone, remember there's only 2 genders," that type of thing, and everybody's like, "Shut up, you fat fucking loser." He'd be like, "Oh god, they're still mean."
Michael, I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think is the more racist chat? Like Kick streams of like UFC or just like the Reddit crackstream.com, like that little chat that they have inexplicably up next to the UFC
Reddit crackstream
fight?
is a little more coherent racism. They say very specific shit.
Yeah.
They were fun in all sorts of ways to spell the N-word the other day.
Those are the same guys that were doing the same shit when it was Justin TV and before it was Twitch, and now they're just on the crack stream chats instead. But those guys are also like our age. The guys on Kick are like 14 and younger.
Yeah, and they're just spamming like random
whatever
shit.
the wave is too. Like Aiden can say spam whatever. And they're like, you know.
Yeah, it's the same racism, just kind of different.
Yeah,
you know?
Nice.
It's generational difference.
Yeah, well, it's just like
stuff
like
pop back up again. Like I remember around the time of South Park and early 4chan, like the Jew stuff was big.
Yeah,
and periodically that'll come back, and then it'll die down a little bit. And
well, that's
like the stuff
in
with
Aiden's
black
chat,
crime rates.
Anytime Aiden reminds his chat that he's Jewish, of course, that looks like a fucking South Park shit, where it's just literally stuff that you're like, oh yeah, people did used to say this all the time. Yep.
It is interesting to see people have like stimulant abuse, public meltdowns and breakdowns, and like career flops on streaming. It's such a funny like outlet for it. Trainwrecks and Aiden Ross and all these guys who are just coked out of their minds every day, and they're all going through a David Bowie Thin White Duke phase. But instead of making the greatest albums of the 70s, they're just saying like there are two genders, and then like getting into an argument about it.
I'm gonna be trained to that accusation. Now wait, hold on. What the fuck did you just say to me? A white what phase? I don't like that David Duke shit. Go fuck yourself. I'm not about that shit at all.
And like Keffel's getting too into cocaine, and like it made her say the R word
a lot.
It's just like it's the same thing that was happening to David Bowie and like Eric Clapton and shit. But it's just that's our generation's version.
Yeah, it rocks. It's cool.
I mean, why not? Sure.
Streaming is still in such the pioneer era, even though it's been like 20 years of it now. Like live streaming, that it's very, I don't know, it's very interesting to see where it's going and what sorts of things are like. Streamer audiences are so annoying. There are some very high production events that happen. You still have so many people bitching about this or that.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the motherfuck up. You're such a loser.
I mean, people bitch all the time. It's so annoying to read all that shit. It's an interesting thing, and
it makes sense. You have an audience of people that are in their most comfortable environment they'll ever be in. They got their fucking, they got their hand down their pants. They're juggling their nuts, and they're fucking being like, yeah.
But like the whole
fucking
streaming,
raising the temp of their room, farting and being like,
like especially some of these people that are streaming just like all day, every day for years and years and years, and then you do see some of them burn out. But like, I don't know, like it'll be interesting to see 10, 15, even 20 years from now, and like how their like health like is in a lot of these situations. Because like you look at Ninja, and I've said it before, but like his license is just expired. Like he just drinks and orders DoorDash every single day. Awesome. Like that's all. They don't cook. They're just ordering DoorDash, and he's been doing this since like 2017.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you get money, you get that chance. Like you got to take it and turn it into a stable existence for yourself.
All right.
Like you can't just dump it all on like DoorDash and shit. Like
in Ninja's defense, though, he literally can do that forever.
I know. Yeah. He's at the point where he can
$40 million in deals. He retired in one of the cheapest places to retire in America, which is Mundelein, Illinois, or Mundelein. I don't know how to say it.
That's what you should do.
But you're like that, like you can't get like.
Oh,
but you can't physically do it forever. That's all I mean. Like you can't physically do this.
And
you can't do any of that. Like you're getting into your like once you get into your like 40s and 50s and stuff, and like you can't just start. You can't only eat like Panda Express.
You think it's not going to taste as good?
Yeah, exactly. It gets worse. Fast food gets worse as you get older because they make it worse.
Yeah.
Remember when you had it as a kid and it was so good? You're like, oh, McDonald's now you can have it. You can go to the store now anytime you want and get it. It's not as good.
Oh, dude.
What's up with that?
I would rather cook more. Like if I had Ninja money, I think I would get a beautiful induction cooktop. One of those ones that can boil water in like 2 seconds. Well, you could get that. Well, he has Jessica Blevins.
Did you see his old kitchen?
No bra.
His old kitchen was insane. Yeah. It was beautiful. It had like everything you could have wanted. You know what they used it for?
Microwaves.
Just resting containers on the island.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. Like,
I know why, because you have to be live like 13 hours in a day, and so you don't really have time for that. But I don't know.
He doesn't.
That's why, Tom.
I know.
The smart streamers have figured it out. And there are so many of them now that do Meal Prep Monday, where they turn it into content. They cook all their shit for the week on stream.
Yeah, totally.
You've got all the cameras and shit.
To think of doing.
Yeah, I know. I would never do it, but I get
it's like they have their own setups and shit. They have like a 1-button setup where they press it and switch to the kitchen setup, and that's it. Like, these are people that have been doing it for 5 years.
It's like less grating to watch than any of the cooking videos we watch.
But I'm
sure it's better than Freddy Foodie King making food.
Aaron, I would fucking any of the awesome streamers that cook every day on stream. Props to them, but I would fucking. All right, Chad, I'm gonna switch over to my kitchen. No.
Yeah, I don't like cooking because I don't feel like I'm good enough at cooking to put it on the internet. Like I'm like sort of okay, but I don't know. I have that impulse.
He makes everyone look like fucking shit.
Yeah, like CJ's good about it.
He's a fucking Nazi.
Even CJ, he's not like he doesn't make a video of every single time he cooks, even though he could, because it's dude, I don't know. You got to have like a filter.
You just make TikTok. I've said this before. You just make a really annoying, like ambiguous European accent and make TikToks of his beautiful food, and so many people be like, "Oh my god, this guy is fucking awesome. Where's he from?"
Spain.
Be awesome. Yeah, Spain.
CJ Ramirez.
That's right.
It's just so funny.
The CJ stands for Carlos Jimenez.
Carlos Jimenez Ramirez.
But because like people say all the time to be like, oh, are we gonna get like a grilling stream to me because I have a smoker, I have a grill outside. I'm like, no, I'm never gonna fucking. First of all, like,
you standing there.
Yeah, me standing there like, hey, check out this food. Okay, cool, all right, and it's like, but also like, I don't know, like, you don't need to see where I live.
Yeah, that's another thing. Theoretically, I get it, but yeah.
I would love to do like an IRL thing again, like we did that one time together, but we were doing that when we were out somewhere. We weren't fucking.
Yeah, we gotta be like, we gotta be in Buffalo doing that because none of us live in Buffalo.
Yeah, we'll go to Koa's house.
Cross that off the list.
Go to Koa's house. He always posted anyway with his address right there.
But yeah, like IRL stuff would be fun to a certain extent, but then like. I mean, it'd be more fun for us because like people wouldn't come up and bother us. But like, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm going to my local mall. It's about 5.8 miles from my house.
I mean, I know you don't want to do that, Tom, but I would love to watch it.
Yeah, it would be funny to act like Vince and go to the mall or just go to the gas station and be like, oh my God, you guys, they have chips. Yes, yes. And you're like doing a dance outside. I got chips.
Well, it's like what we said before. Just like Tom filming a food review in his car is incredibly uncomfortable. I would not at all feel comfortable walking around a Spirit Halloween, even doing it as like a bit.
A normal person has that feeling of like, I shouldn't be like, why am I filming myself eating McDonald's? Isn't this weird? This is weird to do. Like that's what a normal person feels while doing a food review.
You know, it'd be another great character
really
that would
awful.
Get millions of views. If you took a guy like Kaj Ramsey, you could even take Kaj Ramsey and train him. Be like, Kaj, we're gonna make a TikTok. I'm going to make it seem like you know everything about international food, and I'm going to make you walk around markets and be like, no, this pasta here, this is from this region. Like, people, that would literally get 1 billion views a month of people being like, damn, this big dumb spud knows so much about international food for no reason.
There is a problem with that, because you'd go, hey, Kaj, I'm going to teach you, you're going to learn how to use a TikTok. And he goes, TikTok, I ain't no Google Clock.
Yeah, he doesn't even understand how YouTube tags work. Like, he still says,
ain't nobody got time for that.
This is for YouTube food. This is for YouTube sport. Like, he doesn't get what.
We'll say someone Kaj-esque, but I'm just saying out there.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're that type of guy, you know, go ahead and take that idea. We'll see if it works.
But it is, like, I say it all the time. It just sucks, especially when you, like, are sitting there and you're eating this food in your car, and then you have to say, like, oh, it sure is hot. Sure is moist. Yep, tastes like fast food.
Not a lot to say most of the time.
Somebody's in the car next to you, and, like, you purposely drove in a parking lot trying to get as far away as possible. For some reason, someone pulls up and then just kind of like stare at you for a while, and you're like, all right, just fucking move on, quit it.
They're like, why did this fucking idiot drive 3 parking lots over to eat the McDonald's? What a
Brainstorm.
Loser.
Love Brainstorm, but he tries everything, of course. But he got some. I watched an older video today when I was waiting for the service.
My recording
to come back up,
fucked
and he got some Sonic. And
God bless his gut.
I paused the video to tell Chad who didn't know, because I have a lot of Europeans in chat in the morning. I'm like, if you don't know Sonic food, I was like, I described it, and then I said after they make it, it's like they put it into the corner of a hot shower while it's running for like 2 minutes, and then give it to you, because like the bag is like wet from the food steam, everything just feels wet.
You're not
and
wrong.
I'm like, you know, I was like, and the cheese gets rock hard for no reason. And Brainstorm pulled out like some fucking nachos in like a foot long container, like the Tots nachos. and like picked up a corner of it, and it was all just stuck together like a big stick. It's like,
why would you get nachos from Sonic, dude? That's that.
They were potachos, I think.
I don't think I could eat that. Like I don't.
No, it's not. No, you
nachos kind of like nachos kind of suck most of the time.
Get like the slushes. And shit.
They do.
Avoid those. If you're going to Sonic, just stick with drinks.
Yeah, so the drinks are great. The soft serve ice cream's good. Like, get the drinks.
Hypothetically, nachos are good, but there are like, I don't know. Usually, when you order nachos from a place, you get a big pile of like, it's all stuck together. It's just one giant chunk, and you pull off one chip, and it just. The part of the chip with all the coverings on it just breaks off and sticks to the part. And you just have half of a plain chip.
Oh no, you gotta get some melted cheese on there, and you got like some raw tomato and some maybe cooked onion. Fucking
yeah, they're pretty good.
I mean, they're like I would love a good plate of nachos, but just
if they're done well.
Most of the time when someone orders a plate of nachos,
it too.
Oh yeah, like I mean ordering.
Hell yeah, brother.
There's a guy that Drew Nate and I follow, and he posts like his food, and he'll just say like having another helping of nachos, and it's just tortilla chips
Jake.
and a bowl, and it's just plain tortilla. And he keeps calling it because it's tortilla chips. It's just
why
he calls
not?
it nachos. Like, you moron!
That's
it's not
awesome.
nachos.
Get some salsa. Well, I guess salsa kind of has vegetables.
That's ghost pepper cheese on it. You can see it.
It's like invisible ink.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Episode 94. Bye-bye.